In this bustling, buzzing world, filled with endless chatter and the constant glow of screens, where does one find true peace? We live amidst a symphony of noise, notifications pinging, voices debating, our own thoughts racing like restless streams. We scroll through lives, we post our moments, we react, often forgetting to simply be. But beneath this surface clamor, beneath the relentless current of doing and saying, something ancient, something deeply nourishing, patiently waits. It is the sanctuary of silence. In the heart of Buddhist wisdom, silence isn't an awkward void or a sign that something is missing. Oh no, it is far richer than that. It is a vibrant presence. It is a clear mirror, reflecting our own inner landscape without judgment. It is a gentle path, leading us back to ourselves, towards understanding, towards awakening. Join me now as we explore 5 timeless Buddhist lessons on the profound, life-changing power of cultivating inner quiet. Lesson 1. Silence is the gateway to awareness. Imagine a young soul stepping across the threshold of a monastery for the very first time, heart brimming with a mixture of hope and trepidation. They are told that for the next 10 days, the practice will be noble silence, no talking, not even gestures. At first, the mind rebels. It's like a wild horse, unaccustomed to stillness. Thoughts crash like relentless waves against the shore of their mind. What am I doing here? This is impossible. Fear whispers, what if I fail? What if everyone else finds peace and I'm left alone with this chaos? And the deeper doubt, what if nothing changes? What if this is just empty? But as the days gently unfold, surrounded only by the sounds of nature and the quiet rhythm of monastery life, something remarkable begins to shift. The inner noise doesn't simply vanish. Instead, held within the vast container of silence, it becomes visible. Each thought, rising and falling, every fleeting worry, each deep-seated craving. They are seen not with judgment, but with simple clarity. And then, softly, subtly, awareness arrives. Not like a sudden lightning strike, but like the gentle glow of a candle being lit in a darkened room. Steady, illuminating, kind. In the traditions of Zen and Buddhism, silence is never mere emptiness. It is the fertile ground where mindfulness takes root. It is the beginning of truly seeing. It is the sacred space where the mind gently reveals its own workings, and the profound journey inward truly begins. Lesson 2. Words can cloud truth. There's an old story. An eager student, filled with intellectual curiosity, approached their wise master. "Master," the student asked earnestly, "what is the true nature of enlightenment?" The master looked at the student, eyes twinkling with warmth and understanding, smiled gently, and said absolutely nothing. The student waited, shifted their weight. Confusion furrowed their brow. They had expected a profound explanation, a complex doctrine, a secret revealed. But slowly, standing there in the resonant quiet created by the master's lack of words, a different kind of understanding began to dawn, a feeling rather than a thought. Words, the student began to realize, are like fingers pointing at the moon. They can be incredibly helpful, guiding our gaze in the right direction. But we must remember, the finger is not the moon itself. To mistake the description for the experience is to miss the luminous beauty entirely. The deepest truths, the heart of Buddhist wisdom, cannot be fully captured by language. They are not concepts to be debated or doctrines to be memorized. They are lived realities. They must be experienced directly, felt in the marrow of our being, realized in the profound silence that exists between the words, beneath the thoughts. Lesson 3. Silence is compassion. Consider a heart heavy with loss. A woman, her world shattered by grief, once sought the counsel of a venerable monk. Her voice trembled as she spoke of her pain, her eyes desperately searching his face for answers, for solace, for anything to ease the ache. The monk simply sat beside her, listened with his whole being, but offered no words, no inspirational quotes, no well-meaning platitudes about time healing all wounds, no attempts to fix her sorrow, just his unwavering presence, still, attentive. A silent, open space holding her pain without trying to change it. She wept. She spoke. She raged. She fell silent. And in that quiet space held by the monk's deep, unspoken empathy, something began to soften. A small seed of healing found fertile ground. Silence in the Buddhist understanding is far from indifference or coldness. It is often the deepest form of listening. It is a compassionate offering of pure presence. True compassion understands that sometimes the most healing thing we can offer another human being isn't advice or solutions, but the simple, unwavering gift of our quiet, attentive company. Sometimes compassion doesn't need to speak. Sometimes it simply, bravely stays. Lesson 4. Silence is resistance to ego. Picture the friction, the sharp words exchanged in the heat of disagreement between two monks in a monastery courtyard. One, feeling slighted, his pride stung like a nettle, stormed away a few steps. He turned back, face flushed, and shouted at the other monk, still standing calmly, "Well, aren't you going to say something? Defend yourself." The other monk simply looked at him with understanding, placed his palms together in a gentle bow, and quietly walked away. He walked away not because he had lost the argument or because he was weak. He walked away because in that moment, he realized he had nothing to defend. There was no battle to be won. Silence in this way becomes a powerful tool to gently disarm the grasping, defensive nature of the ego. That part of us that constantly needs to be right, to win, to assert its dominance. Silence gracefully refuses to play the exhausting game of winning and losing. It steps aside from the frantic need to prove a point and chooses the spaciousness of peace instead. To respond to provocation with silence is not suppression. It is a conscious choice to rise above the storm of reactivity. It is choosing inner clarity over the illusion of outer control. It is recognizing that true strength often lies not in the force of our words, but in the quiet dignity of our restraint. Lesson 5. Silence leads to liberation. Journey back in your mind to the foot of the ancient Bodhi tree in India. There sits Siddhartha Gautama, the man who would become the Buddha, the awakened one. For days and nights, he remained immersed in deep meditation. No grand pronouncements, no elaborate rituals, no outward miracles. Just profound, unwavering silence. And within that vast, boundless stillness, deeper than thought, deeper than striving, he awakened. He touched the fundamental nature of reality, not through the clash of symbols or the shouting of doctrines, but through surrender, through quiet observation, through simply, fully being. Liberation, enlightenment, nirvana. In the Buddhist view, this ultimate freedom is often not a sudden, dramatic thunderclap. It is more like a soft, gradual unfolding, like a tightly clenched fist slowly relaxing, It is the gentle release found in a single conscious breath, a profound letting go of all that binds us. The deepest, most transformative truths do not scream for our attention. They whisper on the breath of silence, and only a heart cultivated in quietude, an ear attuned to stillness, can truly hear them. Call to stillness. Silence, you see, is not an empty room, but a vibrant inner landscape waiting to be explored. It is not the absence of life, but the very space where life reveals its deepest secrets. It holds our unspoken grief, allowing it to soften. It cradles our quiet joy, allowing it to bloom. It reflects our truest self, beneath the masks we wear for the world. So I invite you today, perhaps even right now, can you create just a small space for stillness in your day? Just 5 minutes, perhaps? Turn off the noise. Put down the device. Simply sit. Simply breathe. Let silence in. Let it be your gentle guide. Let it cleanse away the static, the clutter, the noise that isn't truly yours. Let it retune your heart to its own natural rhythm. And then, when you emerge back into the world of sound and activity, perhaps you will find yourself speaking only when your words can truly improve upon the beauty, the wisdom, the profound peace of silence. If these reflections on silence brought a measure of peace or insight to your heart, consider sharing this video with someone you know who might be seeking a moment of quiet refuge in our often noisy world. Until next time, may you walk gently upon this earth, and may your silence be luminous, spacious, and deeply full.